So, kind of a mess on the workbench here, but yesterday I went live with Screwdriver, and I don't know how Screwdriver does it. Like, I'm so used to working solitary. When I go live, I feel like I should be able to interact with my audience. And when I also, well, not doing radio stuff, but I work as a technician professionally. And I'm so solitary that having an audience watching me work, I was like out of sorts the other day. And then the other issue is, and I'll get into that in a later video, is I'm home on medical leave. So I can't really do a lot, but I can sit at the bench and do things down in the radio room. Well, anyways, this is my working HB power supply. I took it apart. I modded this a while back at work, blah, blah, blah. I think I showed you guys over here my load bank that I made up. That's great. Sat down on a live, and I said, oh, we'll mod this one while we're on video. It was a disaster. It didn't work. I couldn't think straight. No one was doing anything wrong, but when I had people asking me questions and things happening, I couldn't concentrate. So this morning after breakfast, I came down. Yeah, it's a mess, but I just wanted to show redemption here. Power supply is working. I'll turn the switch off. So as you can see there, power supply does work. So what I ended up doing was those 3 pots. Yeah, this is all going to get neatened up, trust me. Those 3 pots there, I measured all those values on these pots, copied them here. Using the same resistors. I was using clip leads so I didn't have to keep tacking solder, because that's going to burn up the board. So it still didn't work. I said, what the hell? Well, you got to use this little pull-up resistor, which allows the toggle switch to work. This resistor is the same value as that resistor. And I said, well, in circuit, that comes up to 1.7K. In circuit here, this resistor was coming up to 1.6. Only 100 ohms difference. So I didn't have a 1.7K. So I ended up putting that little variable in line, and I got the in-circuit resistance up to 1.7K, and lo and behold, poof, everything works. So I have read online people have had to use different resistors to get this pull-up to work. Same power supply, don't know why. So if I was to ever, I wouldn't do this as a business, but a couple friends locally have mentioned it. If I was to do this for people, that's why I made up the load bank, so I could at least be reasonably sure that before I hand off a power supply, it can handle a load. I would probably make up a jig with 3 variables. A variable for the voltage, a variable for the crowbar, and a variable for the pull-up. That way, and then I'm going to write down all these values. Oh, I got to go. I got a phone call. But anyways, thanks guys.